Hi, everybody. It's Linda G. coming to you from the storm of a century. I'm telling you, I remember being a young girl looking out my backyard and seeing like a waterfall coming from where our gate came up on a cement wall, and it was just pouring. And I was very young. I haven't seen this kind of rain since then. It's just pouring. Thus far, no flooding and no wind. That's the main thing. I talked to Andre yesterday, and his power was out for 27 hours, I think. So he lives more towards the north, but I'm in just the beginning of this thing that's going on. So I guess tomorrow we'll have a little break. Those breaks help because the water moves around, but everything is soaked, you guys. So, Linda G, Comanche Psychic. I am a native Comanche registered with the federal government. These are my opinions for entertainment purposes, but from someone who, I'm not 100% correct. So you can take or leave whatever I say. But first of all, may I give you some news? I just posted it on my community page. It's all over the social, True Social and stuff. Now, I don't do True Social, sorry. I think it's X. I'm still on there, you guys. I'm actually more with the Sky one. But anyway, so there's been an ambulance and Secret Service leaving Mar-a-Lago, and a bunch of Secret Service cars. And CBS, I guess, reported it. So I do have the regular channel going, because if it flags like something's up, we got to know. You know what I'm saying? I'll be listening for it. I was watching Sky News, but they might take longer to tell us some good news. Like ding dong, the you know what is gone. So anyway, let's just take a look, see. Let's just see, is there something that's going to happen? I mean, we've been seeing, I watched I just went blank. MaryAnn, Revealing Light. She kept getting a death card, so you can't help but wonder. And a death card doesn't necessarily mean physical death. It could just mean a total change, like maybe something happens and he can't fulfill his position. You guys know who I'm talking about. So an ambulance was seen leaving. Guys, we only want the truth. We can handle if it's not going to be good news. Tell us what that's all about. An ambulance with a bunch of Secret Service. They wouldn't have tons of Secret Service if it was just one of his friends. Secrecy, battling away from anybody knowing, some sort of struggle. I got my phone next to me too, waiting. Communication, something will be coming out. Some good news and karmic star news, but is it, define it. Justice is served, coffin. Something may have happened, not necessarily death, but it could mean that he's had something happen that he has to take care of himself. Something has happened. It's interesting it's showing it's good news. We don't want to wish anything bad, but it's just interesting. It's showing it's people riding on the horse. And karma is there. What goes around comes around. So give me just a few more. Might have been some sort of heart episode. The cycle is changing. Just FYI, okay? We'll find out soon enough. Somebody will have to say something, especially if he's in the hospital. But something has happened. It could be minor and he gets right out, but something has happened. And it seems to be heart related. Okay. Okay, so we're starting off with that. The other thing I wanted to talk about was Netanyahu is in trouble. He will be arrested in practically any other country but the United States. And even that lady that works for President Biden, she announced that we don't believe in what they said. I believe in what they said. There was a surgeon who worked, I think he's a European surgeon. He's not from Gaza. He was working there and laid on the ground, was shot, and watched while these drones went over children and killed them, and watched it. And so he reported it to the tribunal, or whoever it was, very shook up about it. And so the Sky News person was asking the person from Israel, the prime minister from Israel, and he called the guy a liar. This guy has been somebody who sacrificed his own life to work in times of conflict to help those that can't help themselves. But the look on Netanyahu's face, I said, what did I tell you? I think somebody's going to push the issue. I think somehow or the other, they're going to be able to get him just to step over that line and take him in. I really do, because the look on his face was like he knew there's trouble. And they're all like, well, this is all Gaza's fault. Well, yeah, Gaza did, the Hamas did a horrible thing. And they had a right to defend themselves. But you don't take drones around and hit little children. You just don't. So, yeah, so that was pretty disturbing. But let me tell you, most of the people in Israel aren't for what this guy's doing. So, but I could tell by the look on his face. That's the look I saw when I looked at him when he got cloth put over his face and being escorted out. Okay, so that's a big piece of news. Matt Gaetz exiting stage left. Well, I just decided that I didn't want to hold up. No, he went to the Senate and talked to people, and people inside there said, dude, do you really expect me to vote for you? He came down to the congressional floor and showed pictures and thought it was funny of his escapades. He thought it was funny. He's like a teenager, but doing really bad things. So some other information's coming up. And just like I told you, it's already out there, okay? And more is coming. We'll see everything. So you guys, Trump doesn't have a backup in mind for Attorney General. That's interesting. So anyway, and also some other news, Joe and Mika at Morning Joe plummeted. Their numbers have plummeted. Well, fly around, you find out. Because the energy coming from that other side is so bad. It's just not good. And the things he'll do to try to damage. With Pluto going into Aquarius, this is all going to boil out. I don't care if he does get in. Now, the AP has said he's won, but you don't have an actual firm, yes, he's in until December 15th. He has not signed anything that they can allow him to have any intel. He refuses to sign it. So we just have to wait and see, you guys. We just have to wait and see. But I sure would like to know why the ambulance, they said CBS and everybody's saying it, but we shall find out. But don't get your hopes up. And again, we don't want to wish. But if it's something natural, that kind of holds them up, that's good for us. Maybe that's why people saw the White House empty for a while. He can't take office yet. He's recovering. Okay. Now, I got to tell you something about the Dems requesting a recount. Something interesting. I got to say this out loud. was Kamala in Hawaii? Now they're trying to get through these justices, and maybe they had enough votes, but they sure could have used her. And yeah, she deserves a little break. But I almost get that nonchalant attitude, like even with all the proof that we're throwing at them, they're kind of saying, yeah, whatever. So I don't know. Nobody's really standing up and fighting. Trump did. As soon as he lost in 2020, that's all he said. It was rigged. But nobody on the Dem side is saying a thing. So I want to look at that. I almost feel like they know something. They're hush hush, like they know something. And I don't know if it's about the votes. So let's take a look. Then I got to give you a hit that I got on Biden. Maybe they want him in because they want to see him blow it up. Maybe they have a surprise. Okay, let me look real quick. Biden is showing up as much as he can. He's already got some guy that's going in the Senate that Trump can't get rid of. That's part of the ethics for 5 years, and Trump can't get rid of. Okay. Let's see why they're not fighting. Why aren't they fighting like full throttle? Why is everybody writing and saying, you guys, we found this information, but nobody on their side is saying anything? Why are they laying down the sword? What is behind this? Is there any way I can determine? There's definitely disappointment. And as you know, as I posted, watch my community page. I give you guys all the updates. The numbers have switched. And now Kamala is the one who got the most popular votes. She's above Trump. So she beat him. Because they keep adding up 10 of swords. Some despondency, something out of the blue. Wow, look at this. Here's Trump with the demon besides him. You don't think they got any plans? The 10 of swords, this is like unexpected. There's some information coming out. Remember, I told you something big was getting ready to happen. So I feel like something beyond the voting, even. It's some sort of traitor thing. It's something to do with the information they're getting to prove beyond a reasonable doubt he was in the hands of Putin or who else. Some people will say, who cares? But they can go back to that amendment and say, you co-conspired with, because if they can prove Russia was in on it, then they can say, nope, sir, you're not in. Something is going to happen. Okay. And I think the White House being empty is the definite. But is it empty because they're going to be in a big battle, a court case, or is it empty because he needs time to recover? Trump needs time to recover. Something's coming up. And I also wanted to look real quick, if you guys don't mind, but let me tell you about Biden real quick. I got a hit on this. Let me write down because sometimes I forget what I want to just look at Matt Gaetz. What was the energy behind him leaving? Okay, so Biden, my hit on Biden was just out of the blue. I was minding my own beeswax. And all of a sudden I saw Biden do a blanket pardon for everyone in the DOJ, including Merrick Garland, Jack Smith, and a blanket pardon for all the generals, and a blanket pardon for the military, because he loves his military because of his son. I don't know how he does that, but I felt like he would make it that if Trump got in, he couldn't court-martial these people. And I also see the military not following orders from Trump if Trump gets in. Like they're like, nope, not going to do it. Okay, so tell me about Matt Gaetz. Why did he withdraw? They told him. I see them telling him because it's like he keeps getting hit. And they're like, dude, don't you remember when you were showing off and when you were, um, you did this and that? What the heck? And you don't have any qualifications to do this job? It's a beautiful thing. And I got to tell you about that gal for the Department of Education. She's in trouble too. And I think the guy that's supposed to be overseeing the military is not going to get in because the big, huge report about the assault came out. I just see a lot of people not being able to get in. Okay, tell me about Matt. What changed Matt's mind? He wanted it bad. He could taste it. These little details don't affect Trump. He's just looking to cut into the coffers of the United States Treasury and yeah, he was stuck. He was stuck between a rock and a hard. And there's some guy, this isn't Trump. There's some guy crossing him saying, dude, you know what? Because they know he's not suited for the job. And they might have said, might even be the Federalist Society or something. You know, they don't care if he's the puppet. They didn't want him. More information would be coming out. Yeah. He was so disappointed. He really wanted this. Cutting them out. Negative. Thumbs down. He just knew he couldn't, there was no path there. There was none whatsoever. And somebody might have told him, not necessarily threatened him, but said, you know, dude, you just don't have the votes or you're just not going to make it or somebody. And it could have been even McConnell or somebody, I don't know. Johnson doesn't care. Let's look at Johnson because I can't wait till he's gone. Tell me about Johnson. Yeah, that Pete Hegseth, he's not going to make it. More and more stuff's coming out. But why does he pick these people with these backgrounds? It doesn't make any sense. Unless he just wants, you know what? He wants people to kiss the ring. He just wants people to kiss the ring. But he's not going to last very long. Tell me. Hold on, you guys. I'm getting a hit. But let's look at this Pete Hegseth. I was asking about somebody else and I just went like, well, they were showing me something else here that I have to talk to you guys about. Pete. Pete. It's really bad. It's really, really bad. Yeah, he's going to exit or he's going to be cut out. Look, he's leaving. He's leaving. He thought he was big man on campus. He's a nobody. Oh, another woman's going to come out with something. Mm-hmm. Thumbs down. Look at this. Might even be the military. Yeah, it's not going to happen for him. Not going to happen for him. Hey, listen, the military is not going to listen to Trump. I got that earlier, that the military wouldn't do things for Trump. And certain states will say, nah, we're not going to help you out. So he can scream and yell all he wants, but it's not going to happen. There's so many bad cards as far as future people. I wonder if he'll even get in. Okay. Netanyahu's gone down too. Okay, so let's look at President Biden. President Biden. President Biden. This Sunday is Sterling, you guys. How are you doing, sir? He's working his, He's doing a lot of things behind closed doors. You know, he already got that guy in there for 5 years in the Senate that you can't remove. But I didn't like Kamala being in Hawaii. I thought, why do you should be over there making sure votes get through. I realize she needs a break, but I was a little disappointed about that. But apparently she had a meeting with her with the Dems, some big meeting. So something could be going on behind closed doors. Tell me about President Biden. Excuse me, you guys. Sneeze. Okay. Tell me about President Biden. He's working hard. He's working hard. He's asking God for help. The angel of light and mercy is covering him and around him. And here's some big explosion. Let's look at that. Here's his wife backing him up, picking up the pieces. Something's going to happen, you guys. Here he is. It might have to do with Russia. Here's Trump. And here's the angel of mercy and light on the shoulder. The outcome is good, but there's something I've been telling you guys. So now we have to look, because Putin's making all kinds of threats. So let's take a look, see you guys. He did those missiles, and it was very interesting on Sky News. They were talking about one of the ambassadors for the Ukraine. He was talking to them and he said, here, listen, the West, United States, they really want to help Ukraine because it's not fair that Putin just went in there and did this, tried to take their land. But they also are afraid for Russia to lose because they're afraid of the repercussions if Russia loses. So we're stuck here between a rock and a hard place. As far as missiles are concerned, we wake up in the morning with the bomb sirens going off. We know someone's going to die every day. This is how we live. But no matter how much we fight, they're afraid for us to beat them. Isn't that something? Because they're afraid of the repercussions. So as long as he thinks he has some power, he does that. And so this prime minister said, I say call his bluff, because I've been telling you guys, this guy is a bunch of bluster. Call his bluff. But here's the problem too. Well, the worst thing that could happen is, something nuclear. But then it's over for everybody. So, and I don't see that. I don't see the end of the world. And the ETs won't let that happen. So it's like my feeling on Putin, and we'll see as time goes on, is between Netanyahu and Putin, because Netanyahu can be just as bad with the crimes that he commits. And, him and Jared talking about building hotels, Trump hotels on the Gaza Strip. What the heck is that? Starving people. And so anyway, so my feeling on him is that he's not safe and he's paranoid and he's kind of bouncing off the walls. He's looking forward to Trump coming in, but something might happen before Trump even comes in. And it feels like it's his own people. So I've looked at this before. Let's look again. Hold on. We're going to read on Putin. Yeah. And Biden wants to, I see blanket pardons all over the place because he wants to make sure that Trump can't hurt the general. That's what's going on behind closed doors. And people say, no, he won't pardon his son. I get a feeling, that's his son. At first, he thought they would do the right thing. They really don't have anything. And a true court of law, Bo wins. But I think when Trump met him at the White House, he said, so are you going to still harass my son? He says, hey, man, it's out of my hands. And that's when he knew he was going to have to probably pardon his son. Tell me about Putin. I see Putin running fast. And that guy that from Russia, he was like, how dare they give them missiles? They agreed that and he said, well, wait a second, that they wouldn't involve any foreign, wait a second. Putin's using Chinese missiles, North Korea, Iran, and he's bombing all the time inside. So why are you saying that, but they can't have it? That's how it goes? That's the way? Yeah, that's exactly how they do it. That poor ballerina Putin had killed because he disagreed with the stuff they were. What a terrible way to live, you guys, in this United States of America. That's why we're so paranoid. We want to be able to speak. And if we live in a country that we can't speak, it's really probably just really sad. I don't see the end of the Constitution in the United States. Tell me about Putin. Ding dong, ding dong. What did we tell you? And that tower, and Russia, and MaryAnn with the death card all the time. Something big is getting ready to happen. I don't see nuke, so I don't want you guys to worry, but probably they're going to do something really stupid. And I'll tell you, UK just said, we'll go right in there. We'll go right in there and start fighting. And then US has no way to not go in because they have to back up the UK. Okay, so put this down. Okay, so we're crossed with the Queen of Swords. Going in, making it happen, up in the air. Like they're sitting there thinking about this. They don't have any money. Putin doesn't have any money. Putin doesn't have any money. And he really is trying to hold off till Trump comes in. Damn, look at this, you guys. Look at this. This isn't even something he did to himself. This is out of the blue. I wonder if someone within his own country, because the happy life is reversed. I wonder if someone, or even a female in his own country, are going to try to do him in or take him out. Maybe that female that I saw was somebody he thought he could trust. Just FYI, putting it out there. Everybody says we're holding on to a miracle. Angel of light and mercy. Will Trump actually? Because that's what MaryAnn was doing. She was asking, will he be sworn in? And the death card kept showing up. And then we get this good news about the ambulances, and we're hoping it's not fake news. But we can't wish bad. Angel of light and mercy. Will Donald Trump be president of the United States? MaryAnn, if you're watching this, hello. Same thing MaryAnn had. This is an absolute no, an ending, you guys. No, Jesus Christ, disappointment. Like he was happy thinking things were going to go, and something's coming out. Okay, this doesn't have to be to death. this might even mean information, secret information. It might be the amendment that they say you were in cahoots and you cannot be president. And do you guys remember, although this is, he's going to be real sick with this. Do you guys remember? Look at, he might have to head out of town. Do you guys remember, now I can't even remember what I was saying. This is really huge, you guys. This is huge. And it might not even be some sort of war action. But you guys remember when I told you that the Supreme Court was rushing to pack their bags? Well, I'm almost wondering if he takes whatever he's like, they'll say the such and such amendment, you can't be president because you were in cahoots with foreign adversaries and blah, blah, blah. And then I can't help but wonder if the Supreme Court has no choice but to say they're right. And he becomes furious, and those that loved him become furious, and they're marching to get these Supreme Court justices. Something's going to happen that everybody's like rushing to sort things out. Oh my God, I can't believe I got the same bloody cards. So you guys hold on to your hats because this isn't over. The fat lady ain't saying yet. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's not about a recount, you guys. I don't know. The good news is they're still counting, and there's a lot of and Marjorie Taylor Greene is furious because right now they're getting more Congress people to where it's not hardly any kind of they don't have the whole 218. How much is it? Something 18 is the majority. They have the majority, but there's enough there to almost make it a tie, which isn't the majority. So something's going to happen. And so she was furious that they do these counts and why are they taking so long? But as they go along, they're finding out Kamala now has the popular vote. Not by a lot, but she's got the popular vote. So you guys, I'm waiting with bated breath, hoping that someone talks about what happened with ambulance. So, or maybe, something with his McDonald's burgers, because lately the McDonald's been having a little something wrong with it. That's so funny. Oh, you know what I wanted to look real quick while I got you guys here? I'm having a bad feeling about RFK too. Maybe that's why every time I look at someone he picks, it always shows no. Maybe because he's not even going to be president. Tell me about RFK. Apparently, a tape was released about RFK talking trash about the people that like him, how awful they are, and he was making fun of them. But Trump makes fun of them too, so that's not really going to do any damage. And nothing's going to happen with that Oz either. Tell me about RFK. RFK. See, Trump hasn't even signed the paperwork that allows for a transition, so he gets no intel. None. Like thinking he would do justice, like he thinks he's as good as his dad. He's not. Ooh, heartbreak. Heartbreak, you guys. Here's Trump reversed. Heartbreak. The other thing is if he did get in office, he would have affairs with people in his office. Because that's who he is. That's kind of the Kennedy way. I hate to say it. They kind of go with the flow, and that wife of his would just have to bite the bullet. He's not a very good person. So anyway, there's something with news from afar, and something with this could be good news, or this could be the light of the truth. And hidden secrets, things happening hidden. So the coffin is reversed. I would say, based on these cards, he has all these plans and he doesn't quite take off. There's, if Trump does get in and he's able to get somebody like Kennedy, shows more the possibility than anyone. But I see people fighting him left and right. I mean, the United States, these people think they're going to go in and do what they want. Nope. People are going to fight. But I'm very disappointed in Kamala, going to Hawaii and not going down there and making sure, going to Hawaii and not making sure all those justices get in. But I guess they had enough votes to turn it around, because you see that some of those senators, they look so tired, but they were working until 2 or 3 in the morning and a couple of justices got in because Trump took them to Elon Musk's failed satellite launch that blew up in the air. He took Johnson and some senators, and yeah, this is good. All right, you guys, there's just so much to talk about, but something big is getting, something that will blow up the whole thing. Like we think we're going one direction and boom. So it's interesting. I don't know, and I don't think Biden does something deliberate. I think something out of his control. I think even Jack Smith might be behind this. Somebody's going to come out with the proof that Trump is which we already know, Trump isn't working in cahoots with foreign countries. Okay. So thank you guys so much. A lot of people are talking about moving out of the country. Don't pack your bags yet. Don't pack yet. Cheers, you guys. Love you all. Bye.